Yo, welcome back, crew, to another video here on the Reinforced YouTube channel. Another week of predictions ahead of us. Vitamins. I'm a bit hungover today. We had bit of a dinner party yesterday. It's good times. Some of our sleep friends came over. We hosted. Did a raclette party. It was good times, but yeah, had a bit too much to drink. It was good vibes, good times. But I'm here to make a predictions video. Because of course we gotta lock him in before shit hits the fan, okay? Let's recap a little bit what happened last week, and let's make me magically... Ooh. Last week was a really good week for us. I say us because I hope you followed my preds. Obviously a lot of green here. Got the Atlanta Rain Gladiators one wrong. It happens. I mean, I think Atlanta Rain looked really good, but I essentially bet on the Gladiators not being able to beat them. Or like, how do I put this? Atlanta Rain were really good, right? So I had to make a decision. Do I think the Gladiators will improve and look better than the Atlanta Rain? Or do I think that there's some possibility that the Gladiators, like, you know, struggle to adapt to the meta, underperform, has questionable games? And given Gladiators' historic past, I was like, Atlanta Rain is solid. They're a gatekeeper to like the elite tier. And I'm not going to bet on Gladiators magically just appearing and beating them. But obviously they did, because they got tons of individual skill, and they also looked good in this meta. So, wrong on that one. And then I flip-flopped my Dallas Fuel shock pick, like the night before. After I started Toronto Defiant game. I was like, well, shock are a little bit shaky, but should have stuck with the pred I made in the video. So if you followed my video, you would have only gotten one match wrong. And overall, you know, got 6 points from this one. You would have had 6 points from this one. So... yeah, I mean, add 6 points. That's 23. 23 plus 14. 37. 37-point week for you if you follow my vid. That's pretty good. We like that. Those are good odds. Not even odds. Those are good results. So yeah. Let's take a look at this upcoming week, okay? We got some really close matches, so it's not as easy this time around. But we're gonna do our best. Okay. First up. The Boston Uprising against the Paris Eternal, and it's already going to be a really close match. Here's the thing. Paris Eternal, they look good against the Washington Justice. Naga's Echo, really good, enjoyed it. Think it's very powerful. Gotta watch out for him. It was the Washington Justice though, and they were pretty poop. But Paris Eternal, they're a good team. Think you should look out for them. Boston Uprising though. Follow the meta. They beat the Toronto Defiant, and they beat... who did they beat? Oh, they beat Washington Justice too. Oh, right. Yeah, Paris and... yeah. Yep. So, Boston beat Toronto Defiant and the Washington Justice, who were both kind of struggling. This is a bit of a 50-50 for me. This is a bit of a flip-flop. The maps are going to be Nepal, Volskaya, Numbani, Rialto. So, what are things to keep in mind here? Nepal, I feel like Echo play is obviously going to be very important. Valentine looked better on the Echo. But, suspicious that if Naga performs like he did last time around, then... actually, yeah, Naga's going to be really important in this series. I do think that Guy Bolsey for the Boston Uprising could do a better job at man-marking Naga. And make it more difficult for him to get value. So that's one of the things to keep out for here. Fury had a pretty bad game from the Washington Justice, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Naga has as good of a game. I feel like the Boston Uprising are favorites here. Or not favorites. I mean, it's a 50-50, but I feel like they're going to win this one. So Nepal, yes. I kind of favor Paris on Nepal, to be honest, because of the Echo play. a little bit worried about Dan, I suppose. I think the Stad 1 and Gables is a good front line. Khan has been really good for Paris Eternal, though. This is a close one. Volskaya, I favor Boston Uprising. I have faith in 37 on that map. You know, a bit more long-range hit scan. Play a bit more reactionary positionally. I think that Gables against Stand 1 could do a good job there. Numbani, I feel like Paris Eternal could have an edge here. A bit more close range, a bit more engage focused. Which again, I think could be good for getting value out of Naga's Echo. So, and then we have Rialto, which again, I favor Boston Uprising. I'm going to go... Busan is the 5th map, by the way. Which could be good for both teams. We could honestly see some like Echo Reaper mirror here as well. I'm gonna go with the Boston Uprising. 3. So if I go 3-0, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think Boston 3-0's Paris. I think it's gonna be a really close game. If I go 3-1, I'm betting on Boston Uprising winning Rialto. And 3-2 on winning Busan. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 3-1 Boston Uprising here. And I think Paris could take Nepal, they could take Numbani. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-1 here for Boston Uprising. If you go with Paris Eternal, I think that's fine too. I think it's a really close match. Next up, Dallas Fuel for the Mayhem. Dallas Fuel, I think, will win this one. How many maps do I give for the Mayhem here? Lijiang Tower, Hanamura, Hollywood. Ooh, that's tough. Maybe Florida could put up a good effort on Hollywood with the high ground. Again, it's a bit easier though. It's easier to dive on Hollywood Point B than on Dorado, where Glisser got a lot of value for the shock against Dallas. I'm going with the Dallas Fuel 3-0 here, actually. I think this is going to be a bit like San Francisco Shock for the Mayhem in May Melee, where Shock just stomped the Mayhem. I could see the same thing here, but it's a bit misguided, because I think Florida Mayhem is a good team, and you should watch out for them. But I think Dallas Fuel are just better. They just do what Florida Mayhem does, but better. 4th map is Junkertown, which I'd obviously favor Florida Mayhem. And Oasis is a bit of a flip, you know, 50-50 as well. So I'm going to go Dallas Fuel 3-0 here. Yeah, I think so, because the maps kind of favor dive style. Dallas Fuel, I think they'll get away with their gameplay. Boston Uprising, LA Gladiators. LA Gladiators are favored in this one. The maps are going to be Oasis, Anubis, Eichenwalde. So, what are we looking out for here? What is the win condition for Boston Uprising? It would be probably Valentine's Echo, but Kevster is better in every way. I think I'm just going with the Gladiators 3-0 here. Yeah. Shock 3-0 against the Titans. Florida Mayhem, Washington Justice. Washington Justice struggled so far in the June Joust. Haven't adapted to the meta well. This one we'll see closer. You know, if DK is in the lineup. Well, I mean, we won't know if DK is in the lineup. Tough. Oasis, Anubis, Eichenwalde. Oasis, Anubis, Eichenwalde. Anubis, I think Washington are pretty poor at. Eichenwalde, I could see them do well. But I could also see Florida Mayhem just like playing pretty aggressive. The biggest issue with Washington Justice has been that they're kind of passive. They're kind of slow. And Eichenwalde, especially Point B, can be pretty scary because you have to set up very carefully. You know, if you go through the gate on Point B, like enter Point B as an attacker, if the defenders have the high ground, like you either have to go through the castle, like low ground, which takes some time. You have to dive up, which demands some poke, takes some time, or, you know, flank around left up the stairs, which takes time. So I think that might not favor the Washington Justice too much. I cannot favor BQB over Jerry here in the mirror matchup. And then we don't even know if Assassin or Decay is going to be in. Yaki is really good. I'm going to go with... What is the 4th map? Dorado. Oasis. I could see Washington win this. I'm going to have 3-1 here. 3-1 Florida Mayhem. Double points. Paris Eternal, LA Gladiators. Lijiang Tower, Hanamura, Hollywood. To be honest, I kind of just want to go with a Gladiators 3-0 here. I don't want to read into this match too much. I'm gonna go with a Gladiators 3-0 here. I feel like this is a throw you off kind of game where you talk yourself into giving Paris like more maps than they actually deserve in this matchup. Yes, Naga had a good echo, but Gladiators, they're just better in every way here. So I'm gonna go with a 3-0 here. Could see Paris winning Lijiang Tower, you know, even Houston Outlaws lost Lijiang to Toronto when they shouldn't have. But Hanamura, Hollywood, Junkertown. I'm just gonna go with a 3-0 here. I don't want to overthink it. Dallas Fuel 3-0 over the Vancouver Titans. Shock 3-0 against the Washington Justice. That match is Nepal, Voskaya, and Ambani. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with a 3-0 shock here. Not gonna overthink it, and we're gonna lock those in. Gonna lock in those Preds. A lot of 3-0s here. God damn, I didn't expect that. Well, you can't read in. You can't read into your Preds, okay? You do them individually, and if it looks weird, you can't just like, well, you know, statistically or numerically, it looks wonky. You know, can't read into that. You just gotta go. You just gotta go. Guangzhou Charge, Philly Fusion. Close match, this one. The maps are going to be Oasis, Hanamura, Hollywood. So I think Guangzhou Charge is a really good team in the default composition, like Echo, Echo Mercy. I think they play that default really good. I'm expecting Philly to perhaps come out with double shield or improve on their initial week 1 performance. So I think they will be stronger here. Carpi is a win condition here. Guangzhou Charge though. Is Choice One better than Rascal on Echo? That's a big question for me. And also, can Philly get away with playing shields here? Oasis, Hanamura, Hollywood. I mean, they could. Hollywood, I think that Philly are favored. Hanamura is a bit of a 50-50, to be honest. And Oasis, I could see Guangzhou winning out. Just based on the fact that they're good at their default stuff. Junkertown, I feel like Philly are favored. Again, they have Carpe. I didn't like Guangzhou's comp on Junkertown against New York. So I can see Philly winning that one. And then Nepal is the 5th map. So when Guangzhou lost to Shanghai and then they beat New York, that's not super good as well. I'm gonna go Philly. I think it's a bit of an upset, but I'm going it's an upset based on week 1 results. I think Hollywood and Junkertown favor Philly so much that I don't dare predict against them. Do I go 3-1 or 3-2? I'm gonna go 3-1 Philly here. That feels like a risky bet, but we're doing it. Chengdu Seoul. Nepal, Anubis, Eichenwalde. Chengdu Hunters, don't know what they're gonna do. They showed some Orisa and they showed some dive. Week 1 was a bit all over the place. Seoul Dynasty, I think they'll play less Hog, probably. But I also have to consider them coming out on Hog anyway. Nepal, I think a bit of a 50-50 to be honest. Chengdu are pretty good at Nepal historically, I think. Just guessing, but it feels that way. Anubis, kind of favor Seoul on Anubis because fits and profit. I feel like they can get a lot of value on point A and point B. Eichenwalde, again a bit of a 50-50. I could see Seoul winning that one. Gesture could actually do a lot of work here, whether he plays like regular main tank or if he plays Roadhog. I think Eichenwalde, you can actually like mess around in the castle a lot. Like if you're a Roadhog, yes, you can't take spaces easy if you like the main tank, but as a Roadhog, like you can just like mess with the defense and get a lot of positioning that way by just being a nuisance. Dorado, I'm favoring Soul as well. I'm gonna go with a 3-1 here. 3-1 Soul. Next up, Valiant Spark. 3-0 Spark. 3-0 Fusion over Valiant. Guangzhou Soul. This is an interesting matchup. I think... Okay, let's look at the maps first. Busan, Volskaya, Numbani, Rialto. Again, I think these favor Soul pretty heavily. Volskaya and Rialto, I have a lot of confidence in Fitz here. Don't trust Guangzhou's hit scan as much. You know, maybe Eileen can pop off or something, but... Numbani, I kind of favor Guangzhou, I think. I think it's good for Choice One and Eileen here. Again, a bit diveable. Choice One has been really good on the flex roll recently in June Joust, so... Soul, I'm favoring them on Busan as well, so I think Soul is gonna win... I think Soul is gonna win Busan, Volskaya, and Rialto. So 3-1 here for Soul against Guangzhou. And then Chengdu, Hangzhou is the last match, double points. And the maps are going to be Ilios, Volskaya, and Numbani. Do we just go with the 3-0? The fuck you 3-0? Do I think Chengdu can win Ilios, Volskaya, or Numbani? They could win Numbani, maybe. Even so, Hangzhou looked really good on Numbani versus Dragons. Ilios, could I see Chengdu winning Ilios? No, I just think Hangzhou is strong. I'm going with the 3-0 again. I'm going with a 3-0 again. I don't think we have a single 3-2 here. Wow. Yeah, I'm just going with a 3-0 here. I think Hangzhou Spark are really good. Like, really, really good. So, I'm going with Hangzhou 3 over Chengdu Hunters. Chengdu, they have some stuff to figure out. And that's gonna do it. We're gonna lock these in as well. Wow. Exciting week ahead of us. These are really close matches. Could go either way, to be honest. Wait, or not. Okay, they're all saved. So, if you know, change up some matches, don't hesitate to do so. There are certainly a lot of close matches here. Could go either way. These are my gut feeling reactions. Not trying to overthink it too much. Not trying to be too contradictory. Trying to be quite straightforward. And we're gonna stick with these. Okay, we're gonna stick with these and not change them. Maybe we change the Paris one based on how they perform against Boston. But I'm probably not gonna read into much to Boston Gladiators unless Boston wins this one and like looks really good. Okay, let me know what you think down in the comments if there's any matches I got wrong. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I love you guys, and I'll see you for the next video on the channel. Take care, everyone. Much love.